What's up, guys? Jake with Team Tactical. Coming to another special video. Today, guys, a good one for you guys. A red dot review from Cyelee. This is the Cyelee Ghost. This is a red dot that was actually sent out to the channel by Cyelee. Thank you very much, guys. We really do appreciate it. They know that anytime they send free stuff out to us, we tend to beat the living piss out of it, and that's not going to be any different today. Today, we are going to go over all the specs and features of this particular red dot, zero it, get our first shots on it, and then we're going to properly drop test and beat the piss out of it. And then let you see how it does afterwards and see if it loses zero or survives for that matter. We do this because we think it's important for us and probably you at home to know if the stuff you buy like this is actually worth your time and, more importantly, your hard-earned money. So let's see how she does. And yes, if you haven't noticed yet, we are filming at a brand new location out here in the wilderness. There is a highway just off in the distance that echoes up to us, but as you can see here, we are quite safe and no houses around. Just want to let you know in case you hear the cars. Now you'll see here, we're still kind of in the process of setting up our range here, but you'll see we've got a couple of infinity targets there, one big one small one back there, up against a couple trees. And we're up basically shooting up against the mountainside right there, all the way up. We'll have something a little bit more substantial in the future. We're just kind of out here clearing stuff. It's the first day we've owned this property. It is what it is. We'll have our still target and stuff set up later another time. But for now, we need to zero this red dot and make sure we get a good accurate zero for it. All right, now starting off here, we're just shooting roughly about 9 yards, not too far, just to get a zero on our big rubber target here, going for the head. All right, so going over all the specs and features of this particular red dot, the Cyelee Ghost actually has 10 different brightness settings, 8 of which are going to be for daylight use and 2 of which are going to be for night vision. It gives you roughly about 50,000 hours of battery life. Now, I'm not entirely sure exactly what brightness level that's going to be 50,000 hours. I imagine if you go to the highest brightness setting, it's going to be a little bit less battery life. This actually uses a CR1632. Look right here, you'll see it actually has a little side battery tray right there where your little battery goes in. Again, roughly about 50,000 hours of battery life, probably on the middle setting somewhere. It's got a couple really nice little tactical audible clicky buttons there. I really like that. And of course, that's for adjusting your brightness there. You've also got your elevation there, as well as your windage right there. I believe it makes 1 MOA adjustments, might be half MOA adjustments. I'll put that again down below too. This red dot is actually RMR power. If you've got a slide that is RMR cut, you'll see it sits very nice and low and very nice so that you can actually line up your front and rear sight. You have to use a plate, you might still get away with seeing your sight, but probably not if I had to guess. Now these are suppressor height sights, so keep that in mind. Regular sights, regular height Glock sights, may not be able to work out with this red dot even without a plate. Did y'all hear that echo? That's pretty awesome. It goes boom and then comes back. That's wild. That's crazy. This is the first time I've shot out here. That's so cool. Now, the really cool thing about this red dot is it has a huge window. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. Doesn't stick out too much. It sticks out probably about 1/4 of an inch roughly on each side. Not too much. Definitely doesn't block your holsters or anything like that, thankfully. Clear here, obviously. Now, one thing you want to take note of here is this ledge. You see that there? A lot of times when you get these red dots, they're extra large. A lot of times it may block the ejection port here for your bullets, or rather casings. You'll see here it's clear on the PSA dagger that we have it mounted on, but just be aware sometimes that overhang may be an issue for you. But yeah, the cool thing about this red dot is it's got a huge freaking window, but on top of that, it's also supposed to be extremely durable. Cyelee advertises this red dot as being able to drop like from 6 feet high with a loaded handgun directly onto the red dot just like this. And that's definitely the kind of stuff we like to do here on Team Tactical. It's able to achieve this because it's got these huge oversized sort of like rings of aluminum. See that there on the rear there, as well as the actual front. It's not connected to this middle part where the actual glass is held. They're actually separated. You see there's a gap. Basically the idea is when you drop this, it's going to hit one of these two rings or both before it actually hits the part that holds the glass, and that should, in theory, keep it from breaking. Of course, if you hit it just right on the middle there, yeah, you might break the glass. They say you can drop this from about 6 feet high with a 45-ounce firearm. Basically, if the firearm's loaded with bullets like this, then That's about 45 ounces-ish. And they say it can take about 10 drops, and I think it was like 90 or 80% of the red dot should still be usable. Like even if the glass cracks, it should still be usable. So really interested to see how that works out today. On top of that, the reticle is kind of unique. You'll see it's kind of like a miniature EOTech. It's not as large as an EOTech. It's a little bit smaller, but you can switch the red dot to different patterns. You can have the circle dot like it starts with, or you can have just the circle, or you can have just the dot, or you can have just, well, I guess back to circle and dot. So there's my target there. I was kind of messing around trying to shoot the little corners, especially when I started hearing the echo. I just want to see how much it would echo. In the bottom corner down there, that was the last shots I made, and I did make a few adjustments to kind of pull it up just a little bit more for us. So that should be right on that target on that little corner now. Oh, there's stinging nettle. That's awesome. So we are anti, all that good stuff. Now in the past, we've always prided ourselves on using our pole of damnation to smack the red dot properly and just see if it can hold up okay. Well, we don't actually have a pole, but we do have a tree. See here. Just hammering away, baby. Got some tree bark, but so far it's okay. I mean, I'm taking chunks out. You see that? I'm actually taking chunks of bark out. Tree juice. Don't drink this. So far, seems pretty good. Let's get a couple shots on here. It's not loose or anything. That's good. Oh, there we go. Probably should just shoot it both hands, huh? Oh yeah. One last thing I want to point out is that the Ghost is actually not quite as big as the Bull red dot that they came out with a while back. If you look closely at this side by side, you can see that the Ghost is a little bit smaller and not quite as, I guess, overbearing as the Bull is. You know, if you can't handle the Bull, maybe try the Ghost. Some people had an issue with the huge size of the window, and the Bull is definitely the largest window you can get for a red dot on a handgun. The Ghost is a little bit more similar in line to like a Trijicon SRO, definitely bigger than the RMR or Hollow Sun red dot, but this is a good size red dot, and it's not too overbearing. You still use your holster and stuff. It works just right. Now, all of this is not cheap. This Cyelee red dot is kind of a pricey boy, a little bit on the expensive side. I was just checking on Amazon, and right now it's like just over 300 bucks, like 309 or something. And that's on a discounted price too. So a little bit more expensive, but I mean, I can kind of understand why. It's supposed to be a very durable red dot. Now, does it make it really budget friendly? I don't know. I mean, it's still kind of expensive, but if this can hold zero, if this can still function reliably, even if we drop test it, then I think it's definitely something to consider. I do have some bricks on the way. Just, it was really muddy. We couldn't really get it up here with the four-wheeler and the tow behind. So thankfully, I did find over here a nice, wonderful rock, limestone, I believe. I've got my camera set up here so you can see we're dropping it legitimately, basically on concrete, God's concrete, if you will. We're gonna see how she does dropping it here. So we've got our loaded mag there. Nothing in the chamber, of course, because we are safe-ish on Team Tactical. Loaded mag, nothing in the chamber. We're gonna drop it with the weight of that mag and the full gun onto the actual God's concrete. I think I barely missed it, but I got a little bit of that rock. 2, 3. Whoa. Whoa. Oh God. I've not had that happen before. Mag broke before the red dot did. Wow. All right, so if you guys want to look here, the base plate appears to have slipped off of my Glock OEM mag, by the way. Doesn't appear like anything's broken. Looks like it just slipped off there. We did 4 drops so far. I've got 2 other mags out here. Honestly, I'm trying to film like a bunch of these videos today. I don't want to break on my base plates or whatever in the first video. So let's just take their word for it. Let's do 6 more drops to get 10, but let's do them without the magazine, if that's okay with you guys. I mean, I'm being pretty legit with this with how I'm dropping it, so let's keep going. Oh, I totally missed it, I think. Maybe I got it, I couldn't tell. Five, 6. Well, I kind of missed it. Kept hitting the edge of this rock here, but yeah, so far so good. I might have you hold this for a second. You don't have to aim it or anything. Just all right. So as you can see there, we've muddied and dirtied up quite a bit. Those 2 rings have done their job. I've got it really bright, but you can see there it is just fine. Now this filth you see here, that's not cracks in the glass. That's just literally like dirt and mud and water and stuff. It's holding up okay. Now we gotta test and see if it still holds 0 after all that. There's Travis Skeens, by the way. Travis is a fine gentleman.
I've been marking my scent on the trees.
What?
I've been marking my scent on the trees to assert dominance and to have my pheromones here.
We are going to shoot the smaller target this time, the little boy rubber infinity target, small back there. She's a little bit dirty, as you can see there. Well, my target fell over, but I'm getting shots. I'll show you in a second. This little guy fell over. There he is. I got all the chest shots at the top there, but then it fell over like that, so all I could see was the bottom half. So I started shooting down there, the middle bottom half there. All right, so clear, all that good stuff. So what do I think about the Cyelee Ghost? This seems to be a very reliable red dot. It held 0 through all the beatings and drops and all that stuff. The glass held together just fine, no cracks or anything. Of course, it's shock-proof and waterproof. Didn't get really a chance to try out the waterproof here today, but I mean, if you've tried Cyelee products or seen our previous videos, you know that they're all waterproof. I don't really have any doubt there that this one's the same. The window size is good. I had no trouble finding the red dots. It's a lot bigger than your standard Trijicon RMR, but at a fraction of the price. Some people may argue that $300 is not budget, but if you compare the reliability, the ruggedness, and the size of the window here to say like the alternatives like Aimpoint and some of the other big names out there, yeah, this is technically a budget red dot if you want ruggedness and reliability. Yeah, you could use this for the range if you want to, but this is, I think, really meant to be for duty, tactical, I said it, tactical use. I like it, I really do. And if you want something a little bit next level, but it's still not gonna break the bank, I think you'll like it too. Guys, that's going to wrap it up there. Remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about this Ghost red dot? What do you think about the new property we're shooting at? Love to hear from you. We will see you next time.
That caterpillar?
Oh no, that's a microphone.
I may just film this one red dot video for today and come back like tomorrow or later this week. Just because I'm tired.
You're fucking tired.